Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and, well, I never thought I would see the day that, that would actually do another one of these for sure, so yeah, looks like to me, yeah, I did tease this thing, of course, on my previous video that I did right around yesterday, but boy, it looks like we're in for a massive treat talking about this movie here today. So yeah, I guess to correspond with what I've actually done in the previous thoughts video that I did on Godzilla -1, looks like for today's thoughts video, yeah, looks like we're down for round 2 of course, pretty much seeing the latest movie that just came out that's given to us from Japan. So yeah, I guess it's no big surprise on, of course, that front for sure, because yeah, quite frankly, yeah, it's really quite interesting that for the first couple of movies I'm seeing for December of this year, I'm actually starting off really strong with, of course, a couple of bits of Japanese cinema for sure. So yeah, I mean, hey, I guess it is for a good reason, because yeah, Japan has, of course, been giving us some pretty good stuff, I'm not gonna lie, for sure. And I mean some really, really good stuff, in particularly. In fact, I would beg the question, I wonder why can't we get any of the cool stuff here in America like what Japan is doing? Oh wait, I just realized maybe we already have. Man, so yeah, looks like for today's thoughts video, we're actually in for another treat of Japanese cinema as we speak, and boy, it is for good reason, because for today's movie, I see we're gonna be in for a massive treat, of course, what we're talking about here today, so yeah. And of course, pretty much just after the last thoughts video that I did where I talked about Godzilla -1, I think it's about time that we dive into another bit of Japanese cinema for sure. And surprisingly enough, we're actually diving back into, of course, the one thing I always love when it comes to entertainment from Japan, which is, of course, anime. So yeah. I guess it is no big surprise, of course, that front, that if you have seen my videos past to present, you would definitely know that I do have a massive, strong love for Japanese anime for sure, so yeah. I guess quite frankly, yeah, and let's not forget to mention, I did talk about a good number of anime shows and movies in the past for sure, and it is actually for a really good reason for sure, so yeah. I think it's about time that we talk about another, pretty much another anime for sure, to which I guess for the sake of this movie I'm talking about, yeah, I did mention that I did talk about anime shows and movies. Pretty much this movie I'm talking about here today is definitely on the latter category for sure, so yeah, that's pretty much what I could say of course on that front, and of course you might be wondering, seeing how I am going to be talking about an anime movie, what is it that I'm actually going to be talking about? Well, that's actually an interesting question. We're actually going to talk about not just an anime movie, but believe it or not, we're actually pretty much been given the latest anime movie that's actually done by a masterful filmmaker in Japan, and actually is given from one of the most recognizable anime studios in Japan. Really sink in, of course, what I actually mentioned for sure, so yeah, and of course, if you can't obviously pretty much see the obvious title down below, See right there? You read it? You read it? You read it? Good. So yeah, I guess it is quite fair, of course, what I'm talking about here today. So in case a lot of you guys are curious, looks like it's time for me to officially talk about this latest movie that I just saw not too long ago, which is none other than The Boy and the Heron. So yeah, that's of course what I'm gonna be talking about here today. So yeah, it is of course the latest movie that had just came out not too long ago, and pretty much as a big surprise for all of you, it is of course the latest film that is given to us from master filmmaker Hayao Miyazaki, as well as of course his well-known production company Studio Ghibli. So yeah, looks like we're not only talking about the latest anime movie that just came out, but it looks like it's about time that we finally talk about the latest movie from Studio Ghibli. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so yeah, before I could go ahead and talk about this latest movie that just came out, I think it's quite fitting on pretty much seeing how this is a Hayao Miyazaki movie and a Studio Ghibli movie for sure. I guess it's actually no big surprise why I actually mentioned those two names for sure, Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli. So yeah, I guess if anything, if you actually are a big fan of anime or an average moviegoer, you would definitely know who Hayao Miyazaki is for sure. So yeah, pretty much he, as well as of course his production company Studio Ghibli, has actually been putting out some really interesting and yet really entertaining movies that's been going on for quite a few decades now, and even if you're not an anime fan, you would definitely know any of these movies for sure, and yeah. And of course, each and every single one of them are pretty much critically acclaimed masterpieces for sure. You definitely know the ones I'm actually talking about for sure. My Neighbor Totoro, yeah, pretty much My Neighbor Totoro, Porco Rosso, pretty much Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, The Wind Rises, Ponyo. Yeah, and of course, Princess Mononoke, just to name a few for sure. Yeah, I guess if anything, we all know who Hayao Miyazaki is, and we all know what Studio Ghibli is for sure, So yeah. And of course, it is for good reason. Pretty much almost all of their films are critically acclaimed masterpieces for sure, and even still are, even to this day for sure. They're still being celebrated by many anime fans and moviegoers, including myself. They're of course pretty much given the massive title of being known as a gateway anime, and let's not forget to mention, as someone who has actually been to several conventions from past to present, even some anime ones for sure, you would definitely know pretty much the good chunk of cosplayers that would actually pretty much go to these conventions dressed up in their pretty much as these Studio Ghibli characters for sure. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I could say for, of course, Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli in a nutshell. And even I'll admit, I did actually see a good chunk of their movies for sure, and they're always fun to watch for sure. So yeah, there was never actually one point where I would actually pretty much watch a Studio Ghibli movie and thought it's absolutely terrible. No, pretty much almost every single one of them are definitely entertaining to watch, and of course I, as well as many other people, can't get enough of them, hands down for sure. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I could say for, of course, pretty much for that front for sure. And like I said, for the good amount of pretty much Studio Ghibli movies for sure. Again, pretty much when Hayao Miyazaki first started out with, of course, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, to plenty of the other ones they've pretty much put out under the Studio Ghibli name, like, of course, once again, My Neighbor Totoro, Princess Mononoke, Kiki's Delivery Service, Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, and just to name a few. Yeah, no big surprise on, of course, that front. Yeah, still shows exactly the hag hands down, so yeah, I think it's what I could say on, of course, that front for sure, so yeah, when I actually pretty much heard the news, and even pretty much took a look at the latest movie that Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli has put out, which in this case is The Boy and the Heron. Honestly, I actually did get myself really excited to see on how that's gonna go down for sure, because hey, I think we know for the fact that the fact of the matter is that this is actually the one movie that Hayao Miyazaki decided to make since after coming out of retirement for sure, to which I guess it's no big surprise, because he has been in retirement and came out of retirement beforehand, so But yeah, either way, I was actually really excited to see on how that's gonna go down based on what I've actually seen for sure, and yeah, pretty much from what I'm actually hearing, pretty much yeah, it's already gotten some really great buzz from what I could gather, even after its massive release in Japan, despite little to no marketing for sure, to which quite a surprise on that front, but hey, I'm not complaining on, of course, that front, so yeah, I actually did get myself really excited to see on how that's gonna go down for sure, and luckily enough, earlier today, I did manage to take a massive trip over to Destiny USA up in Syracuse to hit up their Regal Cinemas to actually see this movie for sure, to which I guess is probably the best way I can put it, but I'm not complaining on, of course, that front, and of course, I did manage to take a look at, pretty much sat myself down and actually got to see this latest movie that just came out, so. And, well, I did manage to come back home earlier tonight, since after seeing it for sure, to which, yeah, quite a long afternoon I had, but it was still worth it nevertheless, so. But yeah, now that I actually got the chance to see it, I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, what do I think of this movie now that I got the chance to see it? Well, I guess it's no big surprise on, of course, that front, and, well, trust me when I say you are going to be surprised once you actually pretty much hear it. If I can pretty much sum up this movie in just one easily conventional word, it will be this: impressive. Yeah, that's probably the one word I can actually give to it. So, but yeah, stepping aside from all that, I really enjoyed this movie all the way for sure. Everything from, of course, what I'm actually seeing, it really does work well to the film's advantage, and everything from beginning to end, I was fully immersed, of course, this movie all the way, so yeah, definitely love this movie from beginning to end, and I couldn't get enough of it, hands down, so yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so yeah, now that I've actually got the short version out of the way, I think I might as well go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about for sure. For starters is, of course, the story, and honestly, to me, I think with what I'm actually seeing, I do think the story in this movie is very structured out quite well, and I'm actually impressed, of course, what's been laid down for sure. Everything everything from, of course, what I've actually seen entirely, I actually do follow through on what's going on, and I was actually really invested with, of course, what it's actually done for sure. And not to mention, even the pacing, I have to say, really is quite flowed down quite well, and I'm actually really getting myself immersed on, of course, what's gone down for sure. So yeah, that's how much I really do love the story and, of course, this movie for sure. And for the fact that Hayao Miyazaki actually worked hard to actually make it all the more work, and I do find it impressive that pretty much a good chunk of this movie is, of course, based on real-life experience, pretty much some real-life experiences that Miyazaki himself has actually went through during his time. That actually makes it all the more impressive from what I can gather, and I think he really did crafted this movie's story really well for sure. So yeah, and of course, for another aspect that I can say that I'm getting to right now is, of course, the writing. That, too, I have to say, is actually very well done for sure. Everything from what I'm actually seeing, it's actually perfectly well crafted, pretty much from what I've actually seen, and everything from, of course, what I'm actually seeing. Again, I do find myself investing on, of course, what's going on while the movie is actually playing for sure. So yeah, there was never one moment where, of course, I felt the writing was off for sure. No, I say they really nailed it by far, which actually makes it all the more impressive from what I can gather for sure. That's how much I really do love this film's writing for sure. It really does nail it on the head, and I do love the way it's actually well crafted, as well as, of course, help make the story structured out a whole lot more, which I think actually works quite well for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for, of course, that front for sure on pretty much those two aspects. I think they worked perfectly well, and I really love the way they actually turned out for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say on, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so yeah, now that I've got those two out of the way, I think I might as well go ahead and talk about the next couple of things I need to talk about, which, for starters, is, of course, the characters, and honestly, to me, I think from what I could gather, I really do love the way the characters are actually played down this movie, and of course, for me personally, I actually do think the characters are not only likable and interesting, but I really do love the really great sense of development they've actually give to all these characters by far, which actually makes it all the more incredible from what I can gather, and I actually really was impressed, of course, what they've actually tried to accomplish with, of course, with what they're actually going through for sure, like, of course, the flaws and problems and dynamics that they're actually suffering through, and how they're willing to overcome it in the end, which to me, I think it really does work well, in my opinion, and I really do find myself rooting for all these characters for sure, and yeah, that's how much I really do love them for sure. It really does make it all the more incredible from what I can gather, and I couldn't get enough of it hands down. So yeah, and of course, for the actors that came on board to play all these characters, as another aspect, that I will have to say is actually all the more incredible from what I can gather, because yeah, pretty much the acting, and of course this movie by far is actually incredible, and I think the actors pulled off some really great performances from what I can gather, and yeah, I was actually really invested on their delivery with their performances when I actually saw it, and it actually makes it all the more incredible from what I've actually seen by far, which, yeah, really helps sell the movie to me, and I think they did an impressive job, of course, that up front for sure. So yeah, I think that's what I can say for, of course, the characters and the actors in, of course, this movie. I think they really nailed it on the head with, of course, this one, and I'm impressed with what I've actually seen by far. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so yeah, now that I've actually got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about with, of course, this movie? Actually, a whole lot for sure, so yeah, I guess for starters, well, I mean, this is a movie directed by Hayao Miyazaki, and it is a Studio Ghibli movie for sure, so I'm pretty sure you would imagine that the one thing that comes into mind is, of course, the animation, to which, yeah, I think it is actually the one thing I really do love about Studio Ghibli movies for sure, aside from, of course, story and characters for sure. Pretty much the animation for, of course, this movie, well, it is Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli for sure, so I guess it is no big surprise. The animation in, of course, this movie is absolutely outstanding. So yeah, everything from, of course, what I've actually seen from, of course, pretty much the way the characters are designed and drawn to, of course, the amazing usage of watercolor and stuff for the backgrounds and the scenery and stuff actually helps make this movie on an animation standpoint look great by far. So yeah, I was really impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen with the film's animation for sure. It really defines, of course, pretty much not just this, but all of the other Studio Ghibli movies for sure, which yeah, actually makes it all the more incredible from what I can gather for sure. They really blended the different styles to help make the animation work, and I'm actually impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen for sure. So yeah, all of that and more actually helps make it very eye-appealing from what I've actually seen, and it really does help flow out this movie quite well for sure. So yeah, I'm actually really quite thrilled with the animation for sure. So, and let's not forget to mention the visuals and the effects that go along with it. That, I will have to say, is also done very well, and I love the way it's actually blending in quite well with the film's animation for sure, which actually makes it all the more incredible from what I've actually seen. So yeah, and of course the musical score, particularly the background music and stuff, that I will have to say is very composed quite well from what I've actually pretty much heard for sure, which yeah, I guess if anything is probably the best I've actually seen in a Studio Ghibli movie by far for sure. So yeah, and of course yeah, I think it's actually so great, I might actually consider maybe finding pretty much the entire BGM soundtrack to, of course, this movie. It's that great in my opinion. So yeah, and of course the direction in this film from again the film's director Hayao Miyazaki. Can't get enough of it by far. I think it is absolutely outstanding from, of course, what I've actually seen for sure. Yeah, there was never one moment where Miyazaki would actually lose his touch for sure. No, he actually kept his golden touch like he did in all of his other films. Like that, and really does help make this movie work entirely, and I think he really nailed it on the head with, of course, his direction. Of course, this one, it's still brilliant with his earlier films, and it's still brilliant with, of course, this film in particular. So yeah, and of course, the cinematography in this film that too is also done very well with some pretty nice camera shots to help go alongside the animation. And of course, the film is cut up perfectly through some fantastic editing from, of course, what I've actually seen. And not to mention the tone from, of course, Why King I Gather. That too actually works quite well from what I've actually seen for sure. And for the fact to having also go along with the film's PG-13 rating that's been given, that I will have to admit is actually done very, very well in my opinion. And I love the way they really set the tone for, of course, this movie quite well for sure. So yeah, and of course, all that and more, and despite the fact that I do kind of felt that the film's running time did kind of make it feel like it's gone on for so long for sure, which is quite noticeable, of course, that front for sure. I still think it really does define, of course, what it needs to do for a Studio Ghibli movie, and it really does deliver, of course, all that and more, to which actually helped make this movie all the more incredible for sure. So yeah, what else can I say about this one for sure that that a lot of people haven't already? Yeah, I think with every single aspect that I've actually mentioned, of course, when I actually talk about this movie, that I will have to say it actually does show my love and appreciation for, of course, this one in a nutshell. So yeah. That's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so yeah, overall, what else can I say about it? The Boy and the Heron is just all the more absolutely incredible from what I've actually seen. Everything from they've actually thrown out for sure. It not only makes the film incredibly fun to watch, but also pretty much a very charming, likable, and of course very heartwarming at the same time. Much like all the other Studio Ghibli movies that came out beforehand for sure. That's how much I actually really do love this movie in particular. I think they really did an incredible job being pretty much working hard to make this movie great, and I do think they really nailed it with, of course, this one for sure. It is definitely one film that I really couldn't get enough of for sure, and just when I think the whole thing is over, I really wanted more like this for sure. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much what I could say for, of course, this movie for sure. And of course, from Why King I Gather, pretty much it is set to be the latest and, of course, the final movie from Hayao Miyazaki for sure. Yeah, because, yeah, given to what he's actually done for sure. Yeah, I think this would be the perfect swan song for him, since after all the hard work he's actually done for sure. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I could say on, of course, that front. So of course, to Hayao Miyazaki and everyone at Studio Ghibli, all I can say is, well, thanks so much for this. You really worked hard to make this movie all the more great, and you've accomplished that quite well by giving, pretty much giving us a fantastic movie for sure. And of course, to Miyazaki, I guess if you actually do retire from, of course, making films altogether, just know this for sure. Pretty much in between now all the way until when you'll eventually pretty much pass away for sure, I know hands down that this film, as well as all the other Studio Ghibli films for sure, will still live on and will carry out a legacy for sure. Whether it be for pretty much regular anime fans, average moviegoers, or both in particular. So So yeah, I think it's safe to say, of course, why I thought of that one for sure. All the other Studio Ghibli movies that came out beforehand, they definitely have the right to actually be considered cinematic masterpieces for sure. And of course, luckily enough, I am proud to say that this movie is definitely deserving to be alongside plenty of the others as a cinematic masterpiece for sure. So yeah, it's a brilliant film from beginning to end, and I really enjoyed it all the way for sure. And it is definitely one movie that I highly recommend, hands down for sure. So yeah. And of course, it is a good thing too, because currently, as of now, from a Viking gather, pretty much all thanks to, of course, pretty much the kind people over at GKIDS who currently have access to all the Studio Ghibli movies from Viking gather. They've actually they were kind enough to actually release this movie both in its original Japanese track with English subtitles for sure, as well as, of course, releasing an English dubbed version of course, this movie for sure. So, and of course, for the sake of course, pretty much when I actually saw this movie, I actually did see the subbed version of course, this movie for sure, to which, yeah, I think it would have been awesome if I did see the English dub version of course, this movie, but I think, if anything, I do think seeing the subbed version is actually a really great way to experience the movie, similar to how it's released in Japan for sure. So yeah. That's pretty much what I could say for, of course, that front for sure. So yeah, whether you go for the subbed or dubbed version, I say you're gonna be in for something really great for sure. Now, you might be wondering when I'll actually take a look at the English dub version of course, this movie. Well, I'll probably save that for when the movie will come out onto a Blu-ray sometime soon. But yeah, whatever the case may be, I do highly recommend this movie all the way, and I think you're going to be in for something really quite amazing with this cinematic masterpiece. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. So yeah, for my final score, yes, folks, I am definitely proud to say this for sure, and well, I definitely need some pretty much something since after I pretty much gave Godzilla -1 a 10 out of 10. So yeah, I guess for the sake of how much I really love this movie, I'm definitely gonna give this movie a massively solid 9.5 out of 10 as my final score for sure. So yeah. So yeah, definitely a must-watch all the way, and I do think it is a massively incredible movie from what I've actually seen for sure, and I think you're going to be in for something really great entirely for sure. So yeah, definitely on there is one of the best I've actually seen for, of course, this year for sure. I'm glad I got to see it as of now, and chances are I'm never gonna forget this anytime soon, as of course pretty much this movie actually did leave me hungry for more. So yeah, I guess if you are looking for a pretty much something that really does keep up to the spirit of course, the previous films from, of course, Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli, but also actually do something new and creative, like, again, all their previous films in the past, then I say definitely strap yourself in and get yourself in for a heartwarming and emotional journey with this cinematic masterpiece. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so yeah, I guess on that thought, that'll pretty much do exactly that for sure. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and by all means, I want to know what you guys think of for sure. What do you think of The Boy and the Heron if you actually saw it? Do you really enjoy it? Do you absolutely hate it? Or do you think it's okay? So yeah, let me know in the comment section below if you've actually seen this movie for sure. I think it'll be quite interesting to see what your thoughts are for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say. Of course, that up front for sure. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and well, I think it feels great to talk about this latest movie for sure. And well, I guess if anything, since after that really great start earlier this month, I think it's about time that we finally step away from, of course, pretty much movies that are made in Japan as we speak, and pretty much head ourselves back over to talk about movies that are made here in America for sure. So yeah, I think that is actually a really great way to help bridge the gap for sure. So yeah. So yeah, now that I think we're going to be shifting our way back to, of course, movies that are made here in America, since after pretty much a couple movies that are made in Japan, I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, what am I going to be talking about next in, of course, my next thoughts video? Well, I guess for the next movie that I'll be talking about, excuse me, I think it's about time that we step into a world of pure imagination. And yeah, since I did mention that we're gonna be that for the next movie we're gonna be stepping into the world of pure imagination, trust me when I'm gonna say I am gonna do exactly that with my golden ticket on the side. If that is not the biggest hint to, of course, what I'm going to be talking about next, for sure, in regards to the next movie I'm going to see, I think you're going to be surprised once you actually do see what I'll actually thought about it for sure. So yeah, I guess right up until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack427TV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427's Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, And even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyattackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.